Okay, so I guess we'll start with introductions. For those who are fortunate enough not to know myself or you, maybe. My name is Keegan Schmicker, the Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce here in Tipton County, and I'll be the host for today's quick recording with yourself. Zach, do you want to do the pleasure of introducing yourself?
Yeah, Zach Connor with Logan, Graham, and Connor Accountants, of course, in Tipton. Certified public accountant and also a certified valuation analyst.
Very good. And what a year for accountants, I take it, huh?
Yeah, no kidding, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So today we're going to start with the payroll tax deferral, and that's almost old news now, right?
It is kind of old news, but it's still in the news quite a bit.
Sure.
It started, if you wanted to do it, it started September 1st.
So tell us a little bit about, just in a general sense, what is the payroll tax deferral?
The payroll tax deferral is actually deferring just one part of the payroll tax, just the Social Security portion. So as many Americans are aware, Social Security comes out of your check, and also Medicare. This is just on Social Security. So the 6.2% that comes out of your check every week, or however your payroll frequency is. So it's a deferral on that, meaning you can defer it into next year. So the employer has the option to participate in this or not. And your payroll check will go up because you're basically between September 1st and December 31st, not going to have to pay Social Security on your gross income. So,
but as you said, that is a deferment, which is, I suppose, in a basic definition, means that I'm going to not pay it today, but I will in fact pay it tomorrow, sort of thing.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. So when do they expect to make this? I suppose right now we're kind of just rolling with the punches, but when do they hope to make this payment? Pay this payment? I'm not sure what I'm trying to say. So if they defer to the 31st of this year, 12/31, are they hoping to have this all paid in full by tax day next year?
Through April, the end of April. So the payment back is going to have to come out of employees' paychecks starting on January 1st, 2021, all the way through the end of April 21. So the kicker here,
double tax in the beginning of the year to make this up.
Yeah, effectively, it is. Your pay back your Social Security that you should have paid into in 2020. Yeah.
So, do you have any guesses on why this would be beneficial for the average person?
The average person, it's going to put more money in your pocket through September through the end of December. But basically consider it a short-term loan because you're going to have to pay it back in 2021.
Right.
The benefits on the economy, which my understanding was from the executive order, was it was supposed to stimulate, put more money in people's pockets, thus put more money into the economy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there, as we look at the deferment, we now understand in the basic sense what it is. Is everyone qualified to take advantage of this, or qualifications that need to be met?
I was a significant amount of Americans will qualify. So those employees that make $104,000 or less per year would qualify. So basically what that equates to is if on a biweekly basis, you're getting $4,000 or less, you qualify. If you're over that, and this is gross, of course, meaning your entire paycheck prior to any taxes being taken out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've seen in the news, I'm sure you have as well, companies making statements that they do not intend to participate. If a company doesn't participate, can the employee of said company participate, or does it have to be an all or nothing?
I believe it's an all or nothing.
Okay.
I really do. Yeah.
So if the employer comes out and says, we're not going to participate in this, the employee doesn't have an opportunity to participate no matter what. Yeah,
that's my understanding. The guidance from Notice 2020-65, which the IRS released, I would say late August. It doesn't, there's no stipulations for Johnny can do it, Sally doesn't. It's an all or nothing. And Gosh, if that was the case, what a payroll nightmare for the employer.
But that's what I'm already concerned with is, how much burden is that going to place if it is this one-off situations. So I guess that is good in a sense that it's all or nothing.
Yeah.
Certainly make folks like you happy that I'm guessing you guys process payroll for your clients and those who don't, who do it in-house, that'd be an enormous burden.
Yeah, absolutely.
So can you think of a scenario where this makes sense, where, and I guess I'm jumping the gun, maybe I should gather your thoughts as a CPA, what I would say a content expert here within the Indiana region, central Indiana. What are your thoughts on the program? Is it a win for small business and employees or not?
I would say, as most private sector companies are putting out there already, no, it's not. I don't think it's a win for the employer or the employee. One is for the employee, it's a short-term loan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my fear on that is, well, just for example, my wife works for the government with the Department of Defense. Okay, she gets paid every 2 weeks. She would be eligible for this, and my understanding of the federal government, there is no choice, right? So the employees are opted in. My fear of that is, her check is on direct deposit.
Yep.
Does not get a pay stub. You're not sent out. So in that case, it's just going to get deposited in the account, and roughly, will you even notice it or not, right?
Right.
So, but I bet in January, February, and March, when you're paying it back, I bet you will.
Yeah.
That's my concern.
Yeah.
I know the military is not being offered a choice. So those military members, it's going to get taken out. And a lot of lobbying organizations, like military families, what I've read on the internet is they're saying, hold on to the money, don't spend it.
Sure.
To really create a burden on the employee.
Sure.
On the employer, what if you are a small business and you have a turnover, meaning at the end of December, you have an employee quit.
Mm-hmm.
So all through that time, September, October, November, and December, you did not withhold Social Security. Well, someone's going to be on the hook for that. And how it looks right now, it's going to be the employer. So they're going to pay back that Social Security.
Wow.
On Form 941 on the first quarter. So maybe some snakes in the grass on some of this.
Yeah. Do you think that it'll cause? Do you think employees will try to leave employment that maybe they're dissatisfied with as in an effort to dodge the payment?
Yeah. It's a great point, Keegan. I didn't think about that, but it could on your smaller employers that say, I don't know, you have younger employers in their early 20s or in college just having part-time jobs, and
right.
Gosh, they get that first check in January and they're like, what happened? So,
sure. It was suggested to me by an HR professional who was a little nervous because that was their concern, is those who might be dissatisfied with the employment may leave, A, because they're dissatisfied with their current work, but B, now they're almost incentivized to leave because they could leave the bar tab, so to speak, open for someone else to pay.
Sure.
So is there a situation where you think this makes sense? Is there any situation where you think this makes sense? Or is it really just a bad program?
I say overall, I don't recommend it to our clients. Mm-hmm. And also whether those clients are business clients or individuals when they told about it. I would say if you're a gambler, right, you want to roll that dice, is specifically in the memorandum from the president to the Secretary of Treasury under Section 4 of tax forgiveness.
Yep. So
you may have heard about that or rumblings on the internet that if Donald Trump gets reelected, he's saying, I will get this forgiven. Meaning you've deferred it from September through December. Yep. Now the employees are going to have to pay it back. He's saying, no, if I get elected, I'm going to defer it. Or excuse me, I'm going to get it forgiven.
Well, that sounds great.
Yeah, it sounds wonderful. It sounds wonderful. That's what I'm saying. If you're an employer, you want to roll the dice, you want to do Vegas, roll the dice. And the reason I say that is because The executive order comes from the president. He can do executive orders based on current law. And under current law, he did that under Section 7508, which allows him to delay certain tax deadlines. Okay.
Okay.
For the forgiveness portion, it would have to run through Congress, meaning it would have to be a legislative action and a law passed. So what you're doing, if your employer like, yeah, let's see what happens, you're betting on Congress passing this through both the House and the Senate. Currently, the House is Democrat controlled. Not sure after November. Not sure in the January, right after the November election. So, I try to make decisions based on what current law is, what current standings are. I wouldn't do it because it's not going to go through the House. And already rumblings from the Democrats that are putting legislation or bills through as of today to get more guidance and clarification on this on the order. So,
right. It seems like a pretty lofty gambling effort, because like you said, if you're making a decision based on an executive order, that's one thing.
Right.
But what you're doing is making a decision based on an executive order, hoping that the legislative bodies, the House and the Senate, also agree. And I guess for anybody who's read an article, it's pretty obvious that the sides are pretty well split on, and even there's Republicans identifying that they don't believe that this program will work, and the various challenges that it presents. So yeah, I think I would err on the side of caution as well. So is there? I'm trying to keep this video short. As someone like yourself knows on social media, you got to keep these things brief, straight to the point, give them all the information they need. Are there any final thoughts on this? Is there any hope for this program, or should we just put a button on this, and put it back in a closet?
A lot of my clients know I'm kind of straight and to the point of don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. I am concerned about some of our individual clients that are, say, work for the federal government where they don't have a choice. They're not going to see it. The bank account looks a little bit better in September and October. I wonder why. And then it's really going to hit. So I'm really concerned about that.
Yeah.
But in a nutshell, I wouldn't. I don't see it. I don't see a plus side in this.
Yeah. Yeah, I would happen to agree after your presentation of all the various facts and those shortfalls that exist within this program.
Sure.
So that's going to conclude our little short video. But I wanted to give you an opportunity. You've done a really good job during the whole pandemic, trying to provide details, information for people. As things kept changing on the PPP loans and the various executive orders and how it impacts the business. Could you tell folks where they might be able to find that information if they still have questions?
Oh, absolutely. We have a YouTube channel under Logan Graham and Connor Accountants. You'll find that on YouTube, and it has our logo on there as well. And all of our YouTube videos that I do perform or record are also on our Facebook page, so they can like or follow or do that social media stuff that I have other people help me with.
Yeah, the necessary evil of business, right?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Zach, I want to thank you for your time. Again, my name is Keegan Schmicker, the Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce for Tipton County. And again, you can find Zach publishing videos on YouTube. You can find him on his Facebook page and his website. So with that, I guess we'll sign off. Thanks, Zach, for joining us today.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Keegan. Thank you very much.